Hey, there we go.
Boom.
Boom, roasted.
Boom.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the WRK podcast. We ask the questions, but at the end of the day, who really knows? As always, I'm your host, AJ, here with my good friends Dylan and Michael.
Good Monday.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is Spooktober. This is our second October on the show, and we're bringing home the lifelong tradition of spooky stories. Some spooktacular,
Loopy.
some killers, some maybe we'll do a haunted house. Who knows?
Dude. No, you need masks.
I don't know.
But yeah, before
Weird
we
shit.
before we jump into this episode, make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram, both at WRK Pod. And after you do that, hit up our Patreon page, patreon.com/WRK Pod. Yeah, I don't know. What else you guys got?
Fuck, I don't know. Hit us on YouTube.
Yeah, watch us on YouTube.
Just you don't have to watch us. Yeah, just subscribe, man.
Yeah, if you want
That's
to,
all
and if you want
that's all we
to,
want.
you want to join the live chat every Monday, sometimes on Tuesday, but every Monday. If you want to join the live chat, that's always a fun time. We shout out whatever you say most of the time,
Unless it
gets real wild.
Yeah, unless it gets a little crazy, we might ask you to leave.
It's been done before, but yeah, we'll. It's always fun to see some new faces, some old faces. So hit up the YouTube chat, the live chat, leave comments, subscribe on everything: iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we out there.
We all that.
So yeah, hit up our boy Loyal Tortoise on Twitch.tv. Shout that out, I guess.
Laurel, yeah, fuck, we'd have to spell it out for him.
Loyal
Maybe we'll put it
Taurus.
in the description.
Maybe.
Saying it's half the battle. Spelling it's a whole nother story.
Yeah, spelling it's like a 3-year-old. Spell like a 3-year-old, you'll find him. But yeah. We'll I guess jump into this episode after this groovy beat. Oh shit, I cut it out early. My bad, dudes. But yeah,
Oh man.
People are gonna be fucking
Oh,
pissed.
oh man, you know.
I was enjoying that groovy beat.
But yeah,
Here comes the death threats.
So if you are one of the homies watching this on YouTube or listening or on live, and you notice the room is red, that's because today we're talking about murder. Murder, baby. Yeah, we're doing the serial killer, the toy box killer, or I guess we should say suspected serial killer, the toy box killer.
Yeah, I mean,
No body, no crime.
Very sus. Very, very suspicious serial killer.
Yeah.
I mean, it. Oh man.
Well, I mean, serial rapist for sure, though, right?
Oh, I would say that 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, at least he got that under the bag. But I think where do we start with this guy? He just grew up fucking. What was it? I can't remember his sisters. Fucking some. I think they lived with their grandparents or some shit. So probably no parents to fucking
The sisters were always picking on him, and he just hated women because of it.
I don't know.
His parents left when he was 10, I think, right?
Yeah, some when he was young, which I mean that's trauma, sure, but then it comes to I don't know really anything else about his dad, but talks about his dad coming into his life and says, "Hey, here's some pornography." Did either of you guys, this is where I'm confused. On the pornography in the shed, it shows Playboys, but what some of the people are saying that it was some pretty vulgar pornography. Have you guys
Like in his own personal collection?
Yeah, like, or what he said his dad had shown him for like pornography and
I
gave
didn't
him in
look
the
into
magazine.
anything about his like parents or anything.
Yeah, his his dad is, apparently giving him a lot of smut, shit. And the guy that I was hearing from was talking about how it was bad. Like it was I mean, like you could have just said it. You could have just said Playboy. Like, I mean, that's where I'm like, wouldn't you just say Playboy? So obviously I'm like, what magazine has some fucked up shit that he doesn't even like, he can't even just say Playboy to it. Like, I don't know. Apparently it spawned him into fucking drawing a bunch of fucked up shit, I think that's how like I think his sister might have caught him or something, just drawing some fucked up drawings. I don't know.
Just drawing penises.
Just reminds me of fucking, yep.
He couldn't even eat phallic shaped foods. You know what food is shaped like a penis? All the good food. Corn dogs, bananas, popsicles.
Man, that was just, yeah. That's all I could think about was just drawing a bunch of dicks.
Oh, well.
I drew dicks with mustaches, dicks as Transformers. I just couldn't stop drawing dicks. Sorry, now it's stuck in my fucking head.
Oh, yeah, but no, I didn't even like really get into his childhood or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
In my exploits into this man's life.
Right. I mean, they talk about him starting, I guess I wouldn't say we don't really know how long he's been doing it, but they say he's been doing shit like this since he was, like 15 or something. Like he was doing, I don't know, into weird shit.
Well, he told one of his accomplices that he's done at least one a year for over 40 years.
Right. Like it's insane. His young life is weirdly way more involved than a lot of the people I feel like we've talked about. At least when they decide to fucking mutilate women and rape and kill them,
Yeah.
Crazy. This guy's a motherfucker, man. This guy's crazy as fuck,
This guy's
insane.
We always say like, oh, we don't know if we're gonna top this one, and then we find another one. We're just like, oh man,
See, I've never heard about this dude before.
Yeah, me neither. This has to be one of the most insane.
The sadist in New Mexico, baby.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this guy is wild. You want to hear some fucked up shit? This is the guy you listen to or listen about. My God.
Yeah. So where my story with it all started was with his main co-conspirator, Cindy Hendy.
Oh yeah.
She was so it's kind of builds into the story if you start with her, where she was born basically like into the same kind of situation. She had a very troubled childhood. She was raised in an impoverished neighborhood in the outskirts of Everett, Washington. Her mother was a crippled alcoholic, and she would routinely let her daughter go hungry growing up. She regularly saw her mother beaten by an abusive boyfriend named Dick. At age 11, he crawled into bed with her. Her mother remarried another guy after she left Dick. Sorry. And this is when Cindy was 8. 3 years later, he crawled into bed with her and tried to force himself on the 11-year-old. And he convinced her mom that he was just drunk and he crawled in the wrong bed and tried to have sex that night. And so instead of believing the daughter, the mom's like, no, I believe him. So within 6 months, they kick her out of the house at age 12.
Jesus. Insane.
Yeah. And so left on her own, she starts dating drug dealers. She starts going into prostitution and became addicted to alcohol and cocaine at age 12.
Don't you all?
I mean, I don't know, man. She got slapped in the face with life, so
she got slapped in the face with life's dick is what she got slapped in the face with.
Slapped by dick, like, man, that's incredible. But she could be fucked up too, from that. Think of how much that fucks her up. Coke and alcohol at the age of 12 after traumatic experience,
Oh, and then life on the streets.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd expect someone like that to be sane.
No,
not really.
Seems kind of sane.
I mean, recreational drinking.
Well, she was one of the gals that would help homeboy abduct girls.
Oh hell yeah!
So yeah, that's Cindy Hendy. But
Cindy Hendy.
So people who were in relations with her said that she enjoyed aggressive and near violent sex.
This is
That's nothing too far off from most.
is this
People
this
nowadays.
is are we I can't remember the name right. Are we talking about Cindy's the one of the ones that was fighting him? Like
No,
in
she
court?
was like his
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh,
his
that's
long-term
right.
The-
Cindy.
The girl, yeah, that helped her.
You're thinking Cynthia.
Maybe. Fuck, dude. I was fucking drinking and smoking while I was watching. I can't get these names straight. It's too much.
So she ended up having 3 kids with 3 different men, and like her dear mom, she struggled to take care of them when her youngest child turned 10. So she was like 16 or 17, I think, at this time. She gave up raising her children and sent them off to live with her grandparents. The ones that tried to rape her and threw her out on the streets.
Yeah.
Sent them back to that house.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
Good place to be.
I don't know.
You know what they say? Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I think maybe hopefully a grandparent's love would be better than regular parent love. I don't know. You can only hope in that case.
You never know. Probably not.
You can only hope. I don't know. It's Dick, right? That's who they're sending the kids to
No.
Dick.
No, they're sending
Oh.
them to Dick 2.0.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Anyways, keep going.
So in 1997, she was in trouble with the law in Washington, and she was fleeing convictions of grand theft and drug charges. So Cindy Hendy moved from Washington to the town called Truth and Consequences, New Mexico, where she would later meet David Parker Ray, the toy box killer.
Man, you know what? Emma kept asking me when I was watching. I couldn't remember the town, the name of it, and I was like, I can't remember the name of the town, but I can remember like the Truth and Consequences. Like, why am I remembering that? But
The two
actually,
towns in the story are, well, 3 towns: Albuquerque, New Mexico; Elephant Butte, New Mexico; and Truth and Consequences, New Mexico.
Emma, if you're listening, Truth and Consequences. That is the city.
Consequences.
You're welcome.
So this is where we I just feel like it's easier to get her profile out in the beginning because it kind of adds to the story. So David Parker Ray, also known as the toy box killer, American killer, kidnapper, torturer, rapist. There were no bodies ever found that connected him to a murder. But he was suspected by police up to killing up to as many as 60 women by accounts of his accomplices from Arizona and New Mexico, while he lived in Elephant Butte, New Mexico, about 7 miles north of Truth or Consequences.
It's insane. My mind is still blown.
That's a
by
town
the
name.
cities, Yeah.
Yeah,
And Elephant. What the fuck?
it's not really pronounced Elephant Butte. It's like Elephant Butte or something like that. But it's way
Elephant
cooler
Butte.
to
How
call
much
it Elephant
peyote
Butte.
were they doing? Obviously a lot, man.
Just like if you were to live in a town called Elephant Butte or Elephant Butte, what would you rather call it?
But
Yeah, Butte. I'd really be like, yeah, I'm from Elephant
Oh
Butte.
man, you'd get made fun of by the neighboring high schools and
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
they'd all
I mean, but the neighboring high school is Truth and Consequences. So yeah, they don't get much better.
Hey man, I'd rather be called that than elephant ass.
Yeah, let's do push-ups, Joe Biden.
Wild as hell. Sorry, I don't know where you left off.
Oh, I just Truth or Consequences and Elephant Butte. And then Joe Biden challenged you to do push-ups, I think is what happened.
I mean, we could make that happen.
I got about 5 push-ups for me.
I'll do one. I'm sure I'd still beat Biden. I think that guy's elbows would just break off if he tried to get that low.
So he was David Parker Ray. Why the fuck is that so hard for me to say in the right order? Anyway,
It was
David Ray. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I did it again. David Parker Ray. Fuck my
such
life.
a weird,
DPR.
such a weird.
We'll just call him Ray.
Right.
He was married and divorced 4 times.
dude.
That's a sign.
When you know, and when you know they're not the one, they're not the one. So it's like,
Yep.
The guy sounds smart. I don't know. Sounds like he knew what he was doing. I'm pretty sure on your 4th time of getting married, you're just like, man, I love doing this shit, you know?
I just feel like
I love all the free silverware.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be harder if you were married to, kill people. Unless they were in on it too,
Yeah, I would imagine that has proved, I think, to be harder.
Well, maybe he was doing something like the Green River Killer was doing, where he's like, I got married, I started a new life, but then they caught me later.
Mm,
Oh yeah.
right.
But I mean, then he got divorced for the 4th time. He's like, I need to find myself a broad on the streets and just really amp it up.
All right. I feel like having
Good one.
having the wife would be a good. I feel like that
Cover?
would a good cover. You would have it. You would have such a good alibi, or at least
Yeah.
an alibi. I mean,
Yeah,
at the
plus
time,
they can't testify against you in court.
yeah. I don't know. Oh,
Well, that's one of the perks of having a spouse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty dope. But yeah, this
Pretty
guy,
fucking lit.
this guy, fucking Ray Parker, whatever his name is, fucking he's
Just call him Ray. You can just call him Ray.
Raymond.
apparently super smart guy. Worked as like a mechanic. I think
No,
for
he was
a long
a
time.
park ranger.
Oh, right. Wasn't he like a mechanic for park rangers though, or something like?
I think he was just
really good with his hands.
straight up a
I
park
don't know.
ranger.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, people just when they were asked about him said that this is an intelligent guy.
Oh yeah, they would say like he's God, what was the word? Straight cut, hardworking, like down to business guy to work around or be around at work. But dude liked to party.
Yeah.
Yeah, they called him a straight and narrow ranger. Is what I have in my notes. They call it a straight and narrow ranger.
Huh. That's, I
He's
mean,
a danger ranger.
But dude liked to party, and that's where he met fucking Cindy Hendy. Was at his infamous yearly Halloween party. Like he would have like bangers. Like he had a 4th of July party that everyone in town came to, and like Columbus Day party kind of shit.
yeah.
Huh.
No one ever sneaks in the back.
Being a
Sneaks
ranger,
around his house.
you know those woods like the back of your hand.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I guess that makes sense because when they were talking about access to certain areas that he would have that other people didn't, it made me just kind of like, wait, did he have privileges as being just a mechanic, but being a ranger is just totally more? I don't know. Makes more sense.
Though a mechanic, they'd have like access to like boiler rooms and shit that other people won't be able to go to.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't know.
he had like a badge and all
Yeah.
he was able to open carry in national parks.
Oh yeah,
That kind of ranger, like a forest ranger.
Mhm.
like could shoot down a bald.
Like
eagle
he
and
worked
cook it for
at
dinner.
some state park. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Whichever one's in.
It's in my notes later. I just don't feel like
Butte
scrolling
Creek.
for it. Yeah, with the names of the fucking towns he lived around, it probably was Butte Creek Park.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. Just another serial killer that's probably smarter than hell.
Yeah, well, Ray was also into satanic masochistic porn and was in love with BDSM sex, which in 2020 is considerably close to normal. But this shit happened in like 1997, so not really like back in the day when like they had the
Like-
curtained off areas at movie rental places where like scumbags would go in there
They
and
still
like
have those.
come out. Yeah, but movie rental places, who really goes there?
The scumbags to get their fucking
Guys
get
that
their
can't afford
smut.
MediaCom.
How could you? Oh man, how could you ever just look?
fantasy theater, dude.
Oh man,
Fantasy theater.
Yeah, they
God.
got them there.
gross.
Wait, no, is that the what's the one on fucking? Yeah, is that the one I'm talking about?
Airline?
No, what am I talking about?
The one off San Martin.
Yeah,
Isn't it just called like Pleasure or something like that?
it's something like that.
I don't know. It's
Romantics.
Romantics.
Either
With
way,
an X.
Yeah, that's the one.
Unless I go in there with my own sanitization kit, I'm not going in there.
Yeah, it's COVID season.
Unless
Okay,
I have gloves.
That place is crawling with COVID-19.
Fucking some Windex, some bleach.
A lot of bleach.
You walk out of that store with fucking COVID-19, herpes, and gonorrhea,
And
and all you had to do was use their toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crazy time to not go to those stores.
Best time to not go to those stores.
Yeah, I probably would just never just go to those stores.
So how many, when you say these bangers, that we say that Ray Parker Ray has had, it's like actual bangers, but I mean, does it say like the actual size? Did it ever talk about how many people came?
Project X, bro.
Was he like a neighborhood stud, like with these parties? Like, is it just fucking?
From the way he looks, I would hope not. But
and I mean, the way his house kind of looked, I fucking can't imagine it would be. But I mean, maybe if everyone's just outside, he had a lot of land out there and everything. I don't know.
Weird, dude.
I don't know. Makes it. If you can throw badass parties like that, I'm sure people
in your rape dungeon is like 20 feet away.
Yeah.
Do you think he showed a lot of people?
He definitely showed a couple.
Yeah, I think he definitely showed
a lot of women.
Few.
I meant, like, do you think he showed anybody that he didn't have sex with in there?
I don't think we can call it sex.
Well, I did not have sexual relations with that girl.
I don't know.
It's consensual between them. I mean, shit. But that's.
I mean, Cindy Hendy was about it. She saw it.
Yeah, she probably had her own bedroom.
I could imagine. Why wouldn't she be climbing up on there? I don't know though. Did it look like when he was doing his videos? Because this guy, he was recording stuff that he was doing. So does it look like if you guys saw the footage, maybe of when he first was trying stuff out? It looked like that it wasn't like something he created, like it was strictly created for like raping and drugging women. Not really like, like imagining as like, oh, I've had this for a long time, I like to get kinky. Like I think it might have, I'm guessing it was created strictly for him to just.
Well, that whole notion played a huge part in his first trial that he had to face. But like I mean, even his daughter was videotaping.
Weird.
Yeah, his own daughter. If you heard that wrong, you heard it
correctly.
You heard it correctly. It's his own
daughter videotaped him torturing and raping women.
Mm-hmm. Which probably fuck you up as a kid. Man.
I mean, well,
she was an adult at the time.
Yeah, someone made.
She was
point,
grown.
Though.
Oh,
He's been doing this for how long? And then at what point even if she didn't find out about him doing this to people, how long of like just kind of this, the way he would probably treat her, like that's it over the course of 30 fucking years or more or something like that, or 20. I don't know. She's bound to become just like him. I feel like I don't know.
Some people's dads take them fishing. Some people's dads take them killing.
Right. It kind of reminds me. Is it like fucking Dexter? When his dad's like teaching him how to kill people.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. I don't know. Except this one's a little bit weird. This is this is like Dexter, but rated way more R than Dexter.
It's like we're killing innocent people instead.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, this is.
Wait, how do we know they were innocent?
We don't even know that he killed anyone.
Exactly.
Which is, I think we could just say that he did, but we could just call it a "We Were Right" podcast. We were really right podcast.
The Ray Parker Ray podcast. No, but yeah. So he and Cindy had similar kinks, you could say, into her being into close to very violent sex, and him being into masochistic porn and BDSM. And like do what you will consensually, but goddamn, this shit gets really extreme.
Nah, I real quick before I forget this, and I just want to ask, I think that's a good point to really ask. Do you think that him and his daughter were fucking each other?
Ooh.
I don't know.
It doesn't. I mean, it just
didn't cross my mind until you said something about it.
It just, I don't know, looking at both of them and everything that they've done together, like with these people, I'm like, I don't know.
If you're going to be close, you're going to be close, right? She's going to be close with her dad, so they're probably going to be that close if they're killing each other, or killing people close.
But I don't know. It's a father and a daughter. That's a bond between, you know, you just don't know. But it definitely crossed my mind.
Yeah,
I'm going to vote no.
I'm going to vote he raped her when she was a little kid and continued to rape her as she grew up.
I think there could have been like maybe some molesty vibes coming out of him when she was maybe younger. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
But on second thought, though, he had all these other women that he could just molest and do whatever and kill or whatever.
Exactly. Exactly. And he wanted them. He obviously didn't. I mean, man, have we seen his daughter? Yikes. Like, use some fucking hair product, you know? Curl your hair, give yourself bangs or something. Take off the fucking Harry Potter glasses, you know, and I don't know.
You wouldn't smash?
No, I wouldn't. Which I feel cool saying because she's totally fucking guilty. So I'm just like, you fucking ugly bitch. How's that feel? You ugly hoe?
Dylan passes.
Does not smash. He pass.
Does not smash. He pass. All right.
You've heard it here.
So he had a bedroom built. It was more of a torture chamber. And then he also had the toy box. The bedroom had mirrors on the ceiling and on the walls, so that people that he was torturing and raping would have to watch themselves being tortured and raped.
Damn.
Right. Which,
did he clamp their eyeballs open?
No, dude. But when I was reading about this shit, you guys ever seen the movie? God, what's it called?
Haunting in Connecticut.
The Citizen. God, what's it called? It's the one with Jamie Foxx where he plays like the defense attorney. You know what I'm talking about?
I do not.
Citizen Kane.
No, it's it's gonna bother me that I can't remember it off the top of my head. I was thinking about it earlier today.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, like it opens up with a guy like killed this dude's family, and then he got off the charges, and so the dad of the family kidnaps him, like cuts his eyelids open, or like cuts his eyelids off, shoots him up with adrenaline, and then literally dismembers him in front of a mirror, so he has to watch him dismember him.
Damn. Oh my gosh. You said Jamie Foxx is doing that?
No, he's just in the movie. I can't remember the dude's name in the movie.
Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know which one you're talking about now.
Yeah, what the
and
fuck
he's in
is
jail, and he's like,
yeah.
how is he getting out of jail to kill these people?
Yeah, I have no idea. Never heard of it.
Dude, it's such a badass
Dude, it is
movie.
a great movie, dude.
It's so good.
What's the name of it?
We'll find out here in just a second.
There, right there. What is that? Law-abiding citizen?
Yeah, law-abiding citizen.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check it out. We'll see. We'll see if I can find it.
But this guy's sex chamber had some law-abiding citizen vibes to it.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as I feel like there's nothing worse. It's like when you eat food or something and you try and plug your nose or close your eyes so you don't, smell it or heat or see it or fucking just, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like, that's like the ultimate fuck you. That'd be like the worst part is just seeing it all happen, you know? Even though you'd probably be pretty fucking drugged out because he definitely liked to drug people the fuck out. Yeah. So, I mean, that's where it's like, they're probably able to look at themselves, but they're probably really fucked up. Who knows?
You're just looking over.
I'd say who knows. We do know because he has a tape, which I'm sure we'll talk about soon. That
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either.
The tape that he played.
Oh, for the jigsaw tape.
Yeah.
So we definitely
had custom made ones for several different women too.
That they found or what?
Yeah, he legit just had them sitting in his toy box.
So basically, before he would take these girls, is what we're saying. Before he would do anything to them, I think right before he does his work, it's a message and it's
his work. It's fucking art, Dylan.
Yeah, his art. He has this message, and it's the most fucking just redneck sounding like rapist message you could ever have. Like, I don't even know how to say. He's like, now first we're gonna tie you up. You because you're nothing to me. You're just a pretty thing and a stupid bitch for all I care. And then I'm gonna dose you up with a bunch of medicine, and you are going to be drugged. And you are going to be raped repeatedly. And I couldn't tell you the rest of the message, but it's just I can't even. Oh man, he says it in such a calm manner too. I think I got overexcited with that. He says it in such a nonchalant kind of manner that's just creepier than fuck. It's so weird.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Dude, he's a weird cat. But yeah, one of the weirdest devices that I found in his toy box, or investigators found, was a custom-made gynecological chair with electrodes attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
But Dylan, I really want you to redo his spiel.
Oh God, I don't know if I can remember it. I'll do it. Now listen here, bitch. You're nothing but a pretty face to me, okay? Now I'm gonna rape you repeatedly, and I'm gonna drug you.
That was
Best I could give you.
Yeah, I put you on the spot on that one. That was unplanned, but yeah, no, I have another tape recording that he played for the chick that got away.
Man,
so the one that got away is Cynthia Vigil. She was a prostitute from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and she was told by a friend and coworker that there was a couple looking for someone who fit her description, and so she took the job. She met them. They picked Cynthia up in their RV, but as soon as they shut the door, Ray pulls out his park ranger badge, tells her that he's with the police, and handcuffed her. And then while she was handcuffed, they hit her with a chloroformed rag, chained her up, and taped her mouth shut. And so when Cynthia woke up, she was in a room tied to a chair, naked. She also woke up to a pre-recording tape with a voice on some like straight up Saw shit that said, all right, I'm going to do the voice too. Okay, bitch. We both know what we have been brought here for. I'm going to use you as a sex slave, and then it's going to be painful as hell. That's the way I want it. I want it to be that way. Your wrist and ankles unchained, and you're gagged because you're not going to like the way I do it.
And that was exactly it right away.
Yeah,
right?
That's what it played. Yeah.
Oh man, I was like, dude, as you were saying that, I was like, this is too perfect. You definitely had this ready to go. I'm super happy about it.
So
I typed the first like 5 lines in my notes. It played for 5 minutes. That one tape played for 5 minutes.
Jesus,
just him telling her what he was going to do to her.
Right. It was.
He kept her for like 4 days.
Damn.
That's the weirdest part. He's like, and you're probably not gonna like it. I don't know, man. I think he got that vibe. Some of them maybe liked it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you get I mean, dude, you could get some fucking dopers that would fucking be all right about it, you know? Like, oh yeah, these drugs are fucking dope.
I mean, he even
right about the sex. Shit.
I think he even said, you know, he's like, some of the girls, you know, would just to, you know, when you're in that situation, one of the best things you might be able to try and do is just, you know, pretend like you're not. I don't know. They in their mind pretend like you enjoy it.
Yeah, or poop yourself.
Yeah, that might not be such a bad one. But also, if I was stuck to a chair and they had a bunch of torture tools, I think pooping myself I'd be like, I'm sorry. I'd be afraid they'd make you try and like eat it or something, you know? Some fucking, oh man.
Lick it up now.
Right. Ugh.
So Cynthia was whipped and given electric shocks the first day until she passed out from pain. She woke up the next day in a different room, chained to a bed, and she was tortured there for a full another day. On the third day, Ray removed all the bonds around her except for the collar around her neck. It was a dog collar, and she was chained to the head of the bed with it. And the whole time, Hendy was standing guard. But Ray fucked up, and he left his key ring near the bed when he left for work. And Cindy left the room to make a phone call, and Cynthia was able to snatch the keys off the table. So we're talking like 80% of the way through like a horror movie.
Right.
And they leave the key ring next to you. You pick it up with your toes.
Right.
And so she's scrambling, trying to get her shit unlocked. And Cindy came back before Cynthia had freed herself and literally grabs a glass lamp off the bedside table and smashes it over her head.
Fuck yeah.
And Cynthia curls up into a ball in the fetal position and continues to try to unlock herself. And she finally frees herself. And fucking old boy Ray fucked up again because he left an ice pick in the bed that he was torturing her with the day before.
No shit.
And she picks it up and starts fighting with Cindy using the ice pick as a weapon and wins the fight, calls 911, but Cindy comes back too and disconnects the landline. And this leads to Cynthia running through the streets, butt-ass naked, screaming, trying to get help, but no one would stop and help her because she was bleeding and butt naked with just a collar around her neck.
Mm-hmm. And a 6-foot chain.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Damn.
Yeah. After that, she barges into some old woman's house. Did you guys hear the tape for that?
No,
the
but I read about it.
The phone call, it's so funny. This old lady's just like, yeah, well, I have a girl in here and she's naked and has a chain around her neck and said she was just being raped. So please get over here quick. Like, she's just like, I don't know what else to say, man. Like, come now. Me, grandma, naked girl in living room, come to my house, please.
At least you didn't barge into some other weirdo's house.
Right. Like, they turn over. This is too easy.
Dude, that'd be like the horror movie, and then it'd be like right at the end, you bust into somebody's house and they pretend to call the cops or whatever, and like,
wow. God, what? There is a horror movie where that legit happens. I can't remember what it's called though.
I mean,
But you barge into their house.
Think about that movie being made though of her in that room situation. Like we said, like people would watch that and see the ice pick in the room, and they'd be like, "No way that happened. There's no way this story is real." Okay, the killer would not leave the ice pick there and his keys. They'd be like, "This shit's made up. Nice try, guys." Like, does not even sound real.
He wanted it to happen then.
Maybe he wanted Cindy to fucking die. I don't know. Maybe he just was like, all right, bitch, fight to the death with her then. You know? Like, I don't know.
We'll find out who's going to be my next main bitch.
Right. Otherwise, why else would he fucking release the chains?
Yeah, I don't know.
He knew it was going to happen.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe he did.
Trying out different positions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, did he have like an extra, like, was it just extra keys? Like, did he not?
He had like a bunch of keys.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was just like, this one's not working. This one's not working. Oh, fuck. Have I tried this one before?
But I mean, like separate keychains. You know what I mean? One for your car keys, one for tying bitches up.
Plus, he's also a parker. I bet he has a fuck ton of keys.
Yeah, he's like a janitor kind of guy. Big old janitor key ring.
Well, I mean, you got to like different locks for every gate in case you lose one. Then people can't access your state parks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know park ranger.
Neither am I.
But yeah, so she gets in this old couple's house, and they call 911, and then they're able to retrace the original call back to Ray and Cindy's house. But when the first officer shows up, no one's home. But there were reports of a suspicious RV canvassing the neighborhood. And they pulled it over, and inside was Ray and Cindy.
Dang, inside the torture trailer or what? Or is that part of
the
RV?
House? The trailer's like buried almost in his backyard, if I remember right.
Okay.
I remember there was a lot of shit around his house.
What'd you? Sorry, I missed that last part.
They retraced the previous 911 call to Ray and Cindy's house, and the cops showed up, and everyone was gone. But they found a suspicious RV canvassing the neighborhood, and it was pulled over, and inside was Ray and Cindy.
Man. Dun, dun, dun.
Was this during the day or at night?
Day.
I mean,
think.
I would hope
Afternoon.
I would hope that after they get a call for like rape, they don't wait till like nighttime. Like,
Well, no.
I'll work on this one later.
I think, when I think of a bloody naked girl running through the streets, it's usually at night, right?
Or on Halloween.
Yeah. Well,
That's what
maybe.
happened with the porn star Christy Mack. Bless her soul. Still with us.
R.I.P.
No longer making pornography, but still with us.
You give your asshole a break sometimes, okay?
Love you, girl. Rode her on my skateboard for years.
But so they catch him and Cindy patrolling, looking for him. What they like? I mean, did Cynthia know who he was? I'm wondering if she could have told the police when the grandma was talking to him. Like, I mean,
No, she didn't know him at all. They had no.
Yeah, they picked her up in Albuquerque.
Right.
That's insane.
Probably use like fake names too or something.
That's what. Yeah, that's
Well, I
what I'm
mean,
like.
you don't really need to use fake names in 1997 with.
I'm pretty sure the chloroform was over her mouth before she could have read the fucking ID badge.
I mean,
Anyways,
but like asking for a friend, where do you find chloroform?
Don't even try to find it. Don't even try to Google how to make it, because you end up on a fucking list.
I believe it.
well, that'd be a bad day. Just like, dude, I was just fucking curious. But I mean, thank God, at least some people end up on a list.
Well, that's how they ended up catching arresting Casey Anthony. Was because she Googled how to create chloroform
Damn,
on her like work computer.
Bro, that's like one of the girls. I just watched another documentary about
I was gonna say one of the girls we went to school with for a second. I was gonna be like,
one of the ways
Still-
she got caught was just by like one thing they had was video evidence of her leaving a Walmart buying like 30-gallon garbage bags, fucking ammonia, and God, I can't remember what else. Just some like fucking murder shit. Like, how dumb do you have to be, man? How stupid.
some people are really fucking dumb.
Right. Some people are really fucking dumb.
Some people, you don't think about
Like
that.
you buy that shit before you kill someone, not after.
Right. Well, this is
Well-
weird. I think it was like, must have been like a heat of the moment. You know, they're in a hair salon and they fucking get into it. Blood was all over the hair
Wait, did
salon.
Nancy Pelosi kill her hairstylist?
Yeah, probably.
You told me I could come in there without a mask.
Hilarious.
I was set up by my hairstylist.
But yeah, I mean, fuck, dude.
Dumbest press conference ever.
So what happens? They get pulled over for being suspicious, but does it say anything if they get like searched or anything like that?
You know, I didn't really read much into that.
I think
that
it would be a
aspect of the
bigger
story.
thing if they were actually, I mean, he could have just said, all he has to do is pull his badge out. Be like, yeah, I'm a fucking park ranger, you dumbass. Like, move along, pussy.
Yeah, but they were looking for him because they
To the
traced
cop?
They traced it back to his house.
Yeah, they chased the 911
that's
call
why
to
they
his
were looking.
house.
So they didn't find us. It wasn't the suspicious RV. It was the fact that
Well,
they knew
they
that
got
was his
pulled over
RV.
because it was suspicious because it was combing the streets
Okay.
where this naked woman
Yeah,
was running
yeah.
around
Right.
in broad daylight.
He's like, I got the call. Okay, on the radio. I'm a park ranger. I was trying to help find her, dumbasses. That's why I
Making
got
sure
the,
she doesn't get to the park down the street.
That's why I
There are
fucking-
children there.
Yeah.
I gotta.
Just pointing his finger at the cop like you don't respect
They're
our
like,
children
well,
like I do.
what's with the table and the chains in the back to make sure she doesn't get away from me? Duh. I'm gonna bring her into the station.
My handcuffs.
Why is there a bunch
I'll
of
bring her ass
dildos
back to
there?
Yosemite.
Man, I'd love to see.
I'm gonna take that bitch to Yellowstone and let her loose. What you talking about?
That'd be so just fucking golden to see someone's reaction if like a cop made him like open up his fucking toy box and it's just like, well, that there is the dildos, and the cop just goes with the nails on it. Yeah.
It's like the end
with the
of-
nails on it.
It's like the end of what is like season 6 of Trailer Park Boys when they're on the river in between US and Canada and they're sending hash over to Johann Sebastian Bach through the train car, the Patrick Swayze
Mhm,
Express. And Ricky's like, now hold on, who's going to give me the best jail deal? It's like the park ranger's like, well, we can give you 6 months probation. And Julian and Bubba's like, all right, we're going over there.
Man.
And Ricky's like, I just want to be in Maine with my dad in jail, okay? It's almost Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, too fucking weird. That's trailer park. This guy is someone who reminds me of someone from what, Sunnyvale?
Yeah, Sunnyvale Trailer Park. Straight the
Sunnyvale
fuck
Trailer
up.
Park. Man, what a perfect fit for it. I think I could see him being in an episode too, you know? The creepy rapist guy with the fucking dildos with nails on him who just lives, you know, just outside of Sunnyvale, you know?
Yeah, or like, what's it? Philadelphia?
Yep.
Philadelphia Jones, is that his name? What the fuck
Philadelphia Collins.
is he? Philadelphia Collins, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia Collins, if that dude rolls up, but instead of having a burger van, it's just a dildo van.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Shit like that happens all the time in Sunnyvale.
Whole bunch of mustard on his shirt.
Mm-hmm.
All the mustard. Fucking cheeseburger walrus.
So they're going around town.
Fucking mustard tacker.
They get caught, or they get pulled over. We don't really know what happens after that.
But the FBI does get involved very quickly in this story. The FBI starts investigating. They found several separate. This is where they found several separate recordings of David Ray telling several victims what he was going to do to them. Like, I think it's like 5 or 6, I think, separate recordings. Like, he'd be like, oh, this brunette gets this tape and this redhead gets this tape.
Yeah. Some funk.
He didn't have any names on the tapes, though?
He had no names of any of his victims in anything.
You just got to always be prepared. You can't just make a tape up, you know, on the spot, Mike.
Right, you know.
You got to
You
have
gotta
it
have
prepared.
them all ready. Interesting.
It's how you get away with 40 to 60 murders without having a body, is preparation.
Yeah.
Preparation H?
Shit. One of the.
No, that's what you take for AIDS,
Oh,
What do we say?
it's not.
I mean,
isn't it?
No, it's like hemorrhoid cream.
I thought prep.
Preparation H is from Austin Powers, and his son's like, I'm calling, or Dr. Evil's like, I'm calling it Preparation H. And Scott's just like, why don't you just call it Preparation Ass Cream? I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause it's, for hemorrhoids. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the funniest shit.
Well, shit. They also found a journal which he had recorded all of his victims and what he did to them specifically. The journal didn't have any names of the victims, just dates and tallies on how many times they were tortured.
Damn.
Like he kept track.
He kept notes.
Because what if some
He'd be like-
girl
He'd be like,
alleged
that
him,
big titty blonde could really take the fucking car battery.
like
Oh.
he just, I mean, dude, like
But the redheads could probably take the most.
it's in case someone asks, I feel like, and they're like, I think he hurt and raped me like 20 times, and he'd come in like, no, it was 35. Okay, she's lying. She's been lying this whole time. I don't know what weird thing you get by how long you can torture someone. Was he trying to do science? I don't know. The world may never know.
Who really
Get
knows?
his jollies off.
So they were worried with Cynthia's escape that other victims hadn't survived and started looking for remains, but never found any on his property. One victim came forward, Angelica Montano. She told them that on February 17th that year, Cindy, her longtime friend, had invited her over to their house, Ray's house, that is. And she was overpowered by David Ray, tied up, and raped for 4 days straight. Cindy either watched or partook in the raping.
What was the name again?
Angelica Montano.
Huh. And this, okay. And she where they say they got her picked up from?
No, she was a friend of Cindy's and got invited to the house
Oh, okay. Man.
You know any whores?
over Valentine's Day weekend that year.
She was
Valentine's.
She was their third Valentine.
She's obviously lonely. So what happened with, I don't remember her too much. What happened with her?
So Angelica was begging for her life on the 4th day, saying that she had a 1-year-old son, and it was supposedly Cindy's decision to let her go. She attempted to hitchhike back to her mom's house in Albuquerque, but she was picked up by a police officer. She told the officer the story, but he didn't believe her because of how wild it was and assumed she was just a crackhead and no report was made.
Hell no.
Now, was it her that was also, I can't remember which one it was that she, like, even her like husband or something.
You're thinking about Kelly.
Okay.
Kelly is the next victim that came forward-ish.
So this chick, do we hear anything more from her? I think I remember her now, but there really isn't much on her.
She doesn't even make a statement in court or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It just, she gives her story to the police, and it never. She gives her story to the police for the second time, and nothing happens, which is police work at its fucking finest.
The guy goes home. You're never gonna believe, Meredith, what this crackhead told me today.
Yeah, no, that's literally
blow your fucking mind.
In one of the articles I read, they literally described her as potential crackhead. It's like,
well, she probably was a crackhead.
Well, probably with the people that she was hanging out with. But I mean, if someone sat in my squad car, if I was a cop, and they were like, "I have been tied up, tortured, and raped for 4 days by a man and a woman that I know."
Right.
Like if you a man and a woman that I know, like you don't even investigate it. You're just like, no statement needed. We're not going to report it.
That's insane. I wouldn't, man. If that happened to me, I was a victim like that, I would fucking die trying to get them taken down, and I'd do it myself if I had to. Fuck those pussies. I just make homemade, fucking Molotovs, and just go out there and just start throwing them, burn it down.
See, I would make my Molotovs out of poop.
I mean, sure.
Flaming shit bags.
Yeah.
Just everywhere.
It's like everything
of
there
shit
is
bag like fucking old dirty Ray gets.
Oh man, all their stuff gets burned down and there's shit everywhere. But best revenge. I don't even want the death penalty for them. I just want to throw flaming bags of shit all over their house
and
burn the house down with them inside of it. Would be the cherry on top, but I don't know. So this bitch, end of her. Now we get to fucking Kelly.
Yeah. So the police started, after she came forward, the police started releasing images, hoping that other victims would come forward. And we got to remember, like, this was like a national news story about a town that no one fucking knew existed. A town called Truth and Consequences, New Mexico, or Elephant Butte, New Mexico.
I feel like you'd see that Truth and Consequences, like, that pop up on a news channel, and you'd just be like, that's a weird fucking title. Like, I don't give a shit.
Like, it blew the fuck, like, nationwide coverage, like CNN, MSNBC vans running up and down the street every day, turning the town upside down.
Right.
And so the police
started all the reporters too. It's crazy.
So the police start releasing images from the videos and photos from the toy room or the toy box of other victims and other things happening in the room, hoping that someone would come forward. And one woman came forward after seeing a photo of a very recognizable tattoo. And this woman was named Kelly Garrett. She came forward on info of a tattooed woman. She said in 1996, while living in Elephant Butte, New Mexico, she left her house after having a fight with her husband. So this means that David was kidnapping and torturing women way before Cindy. So that it's not even speculative. It's a fact. She went to a local bar and started playing pool and socializing with people. One of the people that she was chilling with was Jessie Ray, David's daughter, his only child. When the night ended, Jessie offered Kelly a ride home if she didn't mind stopping by her father's house on the way there. On her motorcycle, by the way.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
She was butch.
Like, if this lady had lesbian fantasies, like, she was on it. But so Kelly was abducted that night and date raped for 3 days.
Jeez.
Just roofied for 3 days straight. And on the third day, she rose again.
I was just gonna say it. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. That was in your notes, ready to go.
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I could literally show you. It's
that
not.
was a bad dad.
But on the third day, David took her home in his work uniform and vehicle, and told the family that he found her wandering around a beach. He introduced himself to the parents at this time, her parents, and the
Damn.
husband.
How
As
old was she?
I don't know, like 30 probably.
Oh, okay.
At this
Old
time,
enough to have
she
a
was-
husband, kids,
Right.
a house, a mortgage.
Well, what year?
Introduced
This
was
happened in like 96 and
yeah.
stuff, and
Yeah.
now she probably was around 30, maybe 20s.
Yeah, and she had no idea. She was so fucking roofied out. She had no idea what happened. The only information she had to give to the police was that she could recognize Jesse's tattoo, and that Jesse took her to David Ray's house.
Man, did you guys?
Yeah.
I think when they were talking about when they were searching around the house, I'm not sure if this is really when, but when they were looking around the house, it said that they had a bunch of videotapes just in the fucking living room, and that they looked through like all of them, but it was literally like one of the last ones that they were like looking at, or at least maybe one closer to the end, you know, after looking through all of them, that it was like just seemingly normal. And then it cuts to, which I don't know if was Kelly's tape. I don't know if that's the one where they find Kelly's tape and then that's how they get her with the tattoo. I just thought that was crazy that they, you know, he fucking had all these tapes, but he literally left like one, maybe more, with him actually like, you know, torturing and shit just in his living room. Like, what the fuck?
Where would you have them?
Not in my living room. Anywhere but my living room.
In Disney princess movie boxes.
It's like he's a fucking Lord of the Rings fan. He's like, the what is it? The closer we are to danger, the farther we are from harm. Just fucking. Maybe no one will notice if they see my fucking pack. Like this fucking VCR, whatever. Like it's a bunch of VCRs or what is that? That's the right word, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Man, they're fat. This thing is just piled with VCR footage. You know, just
So-
fucking filled. Like what a great spot to put it.
So you were saying when he took her home though, and introduced himself, like how he told him he was David
Parker Ray.
Ray John David.
Ranger Ray, probably. He
Ranger
probably
Ray,
said, "I'm
Parker
Ranger Ray.
I'm Ranger Ray. I found your so and so walking around
In the woods.
in the woods." I think he said on the beach,
Oh, damn.
Man,
because where he was in charge of, like, the area that he was in charge of was like a giant lake with a wooded area.
Mm-hmm.
that's insane.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, he just
That's
Is-
easy.
so confident in his roofling skills that she
Right.
wouldn't be like,
Yeah.
I mean, you can see in the videos, man, they are fucking zonked. Like, did you guys see any of the footage of that? Like, it shows footage of them like on the table,
nope.
and like, yeah, and you
I
see
see
like
that.
footage of the girls like kind of turning around, like they are fucked out of their mind.
I can watch that shit in movies. Can't watch that shit in real life.
Yeah, I don't want to know about it.
Yeah, it's wild. Shows him like it doesn't show any intimate body parts, but it shows him like rubbing the body and like shit like that. And oh man,
Makes me want to go up the street and shoot a pedophile.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Nope.
it's crazy.
No.
Not worth it.
And I even
Yeah,
and
right,
it shows
you're
the
right.
footage as well. It shows the footage as well of what the tattoo looked like, and it through the video, it looks like shit. The fact that they were able to get an accurate photo out of that video camera for what the tattoo looked like was fucking incredible.
Oh, they probably went frame by frame. And
I mean,
Yeah.
that too, but it was so fucking blurry. Like, even when they tried to like zoom in on it, it was still blurrier than all fuck. Like that,
What was the tattoo of?
some weird fucking like Trogdor looking drawn tattoo, but with like hearts and like feather wings, some crazy weird shit. I don't know. But yeah, the fact that
it was
they were
gang related. Okay, get off my back,
Yeah.
Dad.
Well, and it was definitely a unique tattoo, and that's what she said is when she was, you know, when she saw that tattoo, she's like, well, fuck.
She
no one
remembered it
else-
from the bar, not even from like anything else. She remembered it from the bar.
Well, wasn't it? They were showing around the tattoo. She found out Kelly because it was her tattoo, not the they weren't showing around the daughter's tattoo.
Oh my god! Okay, I thought it was the daughter's tattoo.
No, she.
Man, this
she
whole time I was about ready to roast the daughter for being ugly,
Oh man,
being a torture, and having a shitty tattoo.
Yeah, no, yeah. So she's the one who didn't even. She said she thought about it. She'd have dreams about what happened in the toy box, but it was.
She thought it was a figment of her imagination.
Right. And then when
It was her memories.
they found that and they were posting it around and trying to find someone with that tattoo. And that's when she like came in and was like, bro, that's my tattoo. What the fuck is going on? Like, did this really fucking happen? Like, I don't know.
So basically what you're telling me is all these people that in New Mexico and Southern Colorado think they get abducted by aliens. It's really just
Ray Parker Ray.
David Parker Ray.
Yeah. I mean, it's been happening for so fucking long. Like, Jesus Christ.
When he was born in 1939.
Yikes. That's actually insane. I still am very curious to see the photos that his dad, like what they, I might look that up because that's something that, like we've talked before, when they get shown pictures of some really fucked up pornography and shit, you know, that's like a gateway to just like, damn, like kids are just like, wow, that's pretty weird. Now I'm going to think about that for the next 30 years and I might kill people. I don't know.
That's the same thing that happened with like Richard Ramirez too.
Right. That's exactly who I think of. Cause I mean, fuck what was it? His brother, stepbrother, cousin came back from what?
Vietnam. Yeah.
Showed him pictures
of him like laying with decapitated bodies.
Right. Yikes. He's like, look at this picture that, you know, our cousins would say, take the shot, it'll get hair on your chest. Back in their day, they're like, look at these pictures, it'll put some hair on your nutsack. I don't know.
Probably.
Oh man. But yeah, man. Wow. That's how they literally get caught sometimes, is by some weird little shit like that. Because I mean, I don't know, without that tattoo, nothing would have fucking happened. You know, I mean, I don't, maybe, but
well, I mean, they already investigated his house and found everything
right
to find that.
Chick.
But I mean, even though he still didn't get fucking pinned with murder, but I guess he did get fucked for all the other shit.
Oh yeah, he got
absolutely fucked.
Hammered.
Right.
He got the fucking fist of justice brought down on his ball sack.
I think it was like 215 or
224 years.
224 years in prison. I didn't know people could live that long.
Yeah.
They used to be able to.
Yeah, man. I don't know what he's injecting himself with. He's obviously a smart guy. I want to know how he's doing.
How old was Dumbledore when he died? Who really fucking knows?
Exactly.
That's the real question.
But yeah, man, he was doing this for a long time. I think he would have kept it more low key if he was able to.
Dumbledore was only 150. He couldn't even make it.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
That's insane.
Sucks to suck, Dumbledore.
Dumbledore is more like it.
Should have gotten that Philosopher's Stone, dude. fucking that philosophical hitter, dude.
Damn.
I mean, when some people argue that that Dumbledore is fucking death or fucking whatever, I don't know. There's conspiracy theories about him. Some weird shit
about a fake show.
Man,
so obviously Jesse Ray was arrested.
Right.
Yeah, like that was.
I think that goes without saying.
Oh man, and yeah, that's exact tie to just that. The tattoo, boom, that's it.
Also, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I completely missed the word of the day.
Oh no, just fucking. What did it relate to?
Tapes.
VCR.
Yeah. Dylan said it, and I was just like, Dylan said it like 15 minutes ago. I did wash the glasses too today. If you wanna,
fuck yeah!
I think it's easier to do it.
Don't be rude.
You are fake news.
Man, these are some full ass shots.
I literally missed it, and then like
say.
5 minutes after Dylan said it, I was like, "Holy shit!" Dylan said VCR.
Bro, I can't believe I got it today. Fuck.
Oh yeah, Dylan.
Yeah, Michael's been the word of the day champion for a while now.
Yeah, pretty decent.
All right, I'm gonna have to keep this on
Sir
my side of the
Humblebrag over
table.
here.
So I'm gonna otherwise spill it all over the place.
Yeah, well, we can just phantom cheers.
All right, please.
So everyone at home, get a
Cheers.
shot.
I want an actual cheers.
Cheers, buddies.
Smooth like mother's milk.
Yep.
Mother's
The
a goat, right?
the guy from
What's that?
Mother's a goat, right?
Oh, no. That's a It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia joke.
Yeah, mother's a goat. That's what I'm saying in Philadelphia.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I always thought they were drinking breast milk.
No, unfortunately.
Now I'm less satisfied with that fucking joke. I will literally watch 3 episodes and sleep through 5 and then be like,
Yeah.
oh, I know where I'm at.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the best thing about that show is you can put it on at any time.
Yeah,
and
any episode, anywhere.
Yeah,
Unless it's a 2-parter, like when Charlie and Mac run away.
that is one of the greatest shows.
They're just sitting on top. They're like, we ran away. They're sitting on top of the bar.
I'm waiting for fucking season 15.
Is that a thing?
It's getting written.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
I think it's one of the longest running comedy sitcoms.
what is?
It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, something like that.
I really think it is.
So Cindy would later turn on David and said that she was just so in love with him that she was ignorantly complicit in his crimes.
Damn.
And she told investigators that the women that he didn't let go, David would murder. She told investigators that before they were together, he claimed to have killed at least one woman every year for over 40 years. Which we kind of said earlier, I think, right?
Yeah.
Or hinted at, or I might have just flat out said it. But she said David has been disposing bodies in Elephant Butte State Park, where he was stationed as a park ranger, or Elephant Butte State Park.
I thought you were telling me he was. The way you said that, it sounded like that he was hiding bodies and elephant butts.
If they have elephants in New Mexico, I would be fucking surprised.
They have a zoo in New Mexico, I believe.
We just need
Well,
like
in
a
a
Pablo
zoo.
Escobar to live
Like,
there. If a Pablo
wild-
Escobar
wild
lives there,
elephants.
then we'll have elephants there.
Probably.
Yeah.
So David has supposedly told Cindy that he learned the hard way that you can't just throw a weighted body into a lake or into the lake. You had to eviscerate the internal organs to keep the gas from building after death, and it would still float to the top even if you weighed it down.
Even if you
No way. He wasn't using enough weight then. Concrete, because they used to use concrete boots on people. Never found them.
Like in like the New York Harbor.
Was he
like
just
the
putting
mom?
like was he
Yeah.
just like putting rocks maybe in her pocket? It's
I
like,
mean-
damn it, bitch, why aren't you going down?
I'm trying to use a 25-pound weight.
So the police, with that evidence, the police combed the lake, but came up empty, no bodies in the lake. So she was obviously lying about it. That's what I came to
Right.
from that. Like, that bitch a liar. Through the investigation, it came up that David had a third accomplice, Roy Yancey, a friend of David, who Cindy claimed David forced Roy to kill a woman and bury her in the desert. So the police, with that information,
Damn, Cindy said that he was forced. Wow.
and so
that's what he said too. But
So the police detained and questioned Roy, and he immediately confessed to the crime. And he said her name was Marie Parker. Marie went to a 4th of July party at David's house with Roy in 1987. David drugged her at the party. And then at gunpoint, David made Roy drag Marie to the toy box, handed him a rope, and forced him to kill her at gunpoint, is what he said. And after Roy strangled her to death, David took the corpse and Roy to Monticello Canyon to bury the body. Roy took the investigators to the exact spot where he buried the body, but found nothing. And the theory is that David returned later and moved the body. Or they lied about it.
I would say he removed the body because he wanted to see how loyal of a friend this dude was. He wanted to be like, oh, if he takes the cops there, then
Not a good friend.
Not a good friend.
Right. Yeah, man, that's wild. I don't know how much he
But I
was
mean,
involved.
How good of a friend are you if you force your friend to kill his date?
I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Right. That's where I'm like, yeah, I didn't realize or even look into how much of how long these guys knew each other, or as like how often they see each other. How tight of friends were they?
Tight enough to
They're
get invited to the 4th of
Best
July
fucking
party, baby.
friends, dude. BFS for life.
Oh man, don't you know it, bro? That's where I'm like, because I mean, we obviously
like- You put a gun in my mouth and you like strangle her. I'm like,
Well-
oh fuck.
it's
I
like
guess.
he obviously didn't keep what he was doing 100% a secret. There was other people who knew about what he was doing, so it's like, well, did this guy know, or did he just show up to his party and then that's fucking
Yeah.
like, did he know before?
He was the last one there,
Right.
last
Maybe-
one to leave.
So you like, what's that one movie or whatever that's like they pick the ugly girl or whatever and try to get her to go to prom with them or whatnot. You get-
Not another teen movie.
Yeah. So you got to get so they would pick somebody intentionally. What if they would pick somebody intentionally, come to the party with them? You know,
Well, that's where it's confusing. Like, yeah, you could lie and say you were at gunpoint. I watched the interview of the guy talking about it, and he doesn't really mention really about it. I mean, he definitely says that Ray Parker Ray was like saying, "Listen, I'm gonna let me get my cowboy. Hey, now listen here, bitch. If
Just
you
sounds
don't,
like Joe Exotic.
if you don't strangle her,
sound like
I'm
Joe
gonna
Exotic.
fucking kill you, bitch." I mean,
You know who I blame for all my problems?
Bro.
Is that bitch down in Florida, Carol Baskins.
Imagine
Bro.
Joe Exotic reading
Listen.
the tape. That's just, you'd probably be spot fucking on.
Bro,
That's the
they
best
found-
way
They
to.
found Carol Baskin's husband, like remains.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't look too much farther into it though.
Maybe next week we'll talk about it. I need to find this. I need to try to read this as Joe Exotic because that's fucking hilarious.
And that bitch, if you move, I'm gonna fucking do things to you, bitch.
Okay, bitch. We both know what you have been brought here for. I'm going to use you as a sex slave, and it's going to be painful as hell. That's the way I want it to be. Your wrist and ankles are chained. You're gagged. Because you're not going to, I don't know.
This is definitely Joe Exotic. This is probably the same tape he
You're gagged
played.
because you're not going to like the way I do it.
This is probably the tape. This is probably the tape that he used for his fucking husbands when they came to work at the park. That's probably what
This
he
is
played for
wedding. This
them.
is wedding vows. You're going to be gagged.
I'm gonna give you some drugs.
Not anymore, Joe. You fucking prison bitch.
You're going to get crystal meth and tigers, and that's the way it's going to be, bitch.
They have to tie a chain.
Tiger
They have to put the soap around a necklace for him, so he stops dropping the soap all the time. It's like, whoops, I did it again. I'm a stupid.
All the inmates are like, fuck off, Joe. Fuck off, dude.
Back up, man.
Man, Joe's probably a snack in there, man. He's probably telling all them like, I'm
Little
famous
tasty
right now. I'm famous right now, you stupid bitch.
You want to get a little bit of this mullet in your face?
I'm giving out mustache rides. You want one, Tony? I don't know.
Dude, he looked worse without the eyebrow piercings. Like when he was doing the prison
Yeah.
phone calls. I was like, God, you look better with eyebrow piercings. I never thought I'd say that about a
Bro, they were
person.
bad. They were like not good eyebrow piercings either, though.
I mean,
They're,
he's
like,
he's
heavy,
hit.
so
That's
But-
all
yeah,
we need
but
to
his,
know
like-
is he's
his, like,
hip.
Eyebrow was like, brr, like just from like
Yeah,
The
they're
weight,
heavy,
the
yeah,
weight.
exactly.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Yeah, I could totally see them being the same person. They would have been great friends. Let's just say they probably would have been pretty good friends.
pretty good pals.
Maybe not. Maybe Ray Parker Ray would be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
David
And then
Parker, right?
fucking Joe Exotic would look at him and then be like, "What do you mean? What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like, just it would be a competition between the
What
two.
do you mean my zoo is unethical?
Dude?
Simba.
I didn't kill those alligators. Okay, God damn it. Yeah, I don't know. I think Ray Parker Ray takes it though for being the worst fucking person. He's definitely
the root of all evil. And we haven't even gotten to some of the most fucked up shit, I feel like.
You have more fucked up shit?
Well, I mean,
more
with
fucked up
how he would, what he would do to his victims.
like insert stuff in their butt and then like let it explode.
So he, one of the things that he would, I don't know if he put this in his tapes or not, but I think he might have him in his tapes. I'm not 100% sure, but he definitely talks about his 3 dogs. It's like, I have trained my dogs
To have sex with
I have
women.
trained my dogs. And then I don't know. And so what he would do, one of them described it. There was bars. He trained his dog to have sex with people. This is where I talk about him having other friends on it too, because there was talk about how they would all be in his living room, like him and a couple of friends. They'd all be in there, and he would bring in the sex slaves as like a show. And he'd put these metal bars out, which were made for, like, she had to lay down on the ground, on the carpet, ass in the air, and he'd spread, like, fucking hormones or whatever you would say.
Pheromones?
Get pheromones, maybe, to get the dogs in heat. And he would have his dogs come in. And the way he described it, he was like, basically the way he made it sound was, it's not really so much for the dogs as like you getting mutilated by my dogs as it is like I'm gonna let my dogs get in on the action. I'm not gonna leave, my dog deserves to have sex,
Right, these
but
my boys.
then also they were having it where it was done like in the living room where people were sitting there watching.
You're a piece of shit. My dog was fucking you.
Yeah, he definitely made it sound more like he wanted his dogs to have a good time though. So it wasn't necessarily like a mutilation thing, which is still just completely fucked.
Right.
And I don't know if they have tapes of that going on, but that's obviously another felony charge,
Yeah, he had a contraption built, or he built a contraption that allowed his dogs to have sex with the sex slaves, as he called them.
Right.
We would call them victims. He called them sex slaves.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, if you searched on the internet and wanted people to come and do weird shit like that, I mean, you'd probably find them. So why not just go into fucking Craigslist and find them? Why you gotta just take innocent girls off the street, People do some fucked up shit through Craigslist and other shit,
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
I completely forgot about that until you said the word dog, and I was like, oh, I know where this is going.
That's where, that honestly to me is like, and
that's the most degrading thing you can fucking do after torturing someone. Be like, yeah, now my dog's gonna have sex with you,
and he would,
and you can't move.
He'd say, my dog, and this was on, like, I think this was on recorded, or maybe this was just transcript, but either way, he says, my dog's got like a 10-inch dick. And it's not the biggest, and there's a 50-50 chance that he's going to put it in your vagina or your asshole, but that's okay either way. And he's like, and maybe if he's in your asshole, he'll be there for about 3 minutes or 5 minutes, and if he's in your pussy, he'll be there for about 3 minutes. Then he'll kind of just spaz out, watch your tits because they might get scratched. It happens. And then, I don't know, it's just super fucked up. Insanely weird.
Inside.
Insanely weird. Whew. And he had 3 of them. So, I mean, 3 dogs that he trained for fucking boinking
Low
girls.
ball, that's 18 minutes or 15 minutes.
Jeez.
Right, like, who knows how much that shit went on. But, yeah, they're sitting in living rooms watching it in a disgusting-ass house. Probably the layout of the house looked fucking weird. It had like where they kept them chained up, one of the rooms or whatever. It was like just a lower level room. Like I think it was like part of, or at least where the bed was. It was weird.
Sub basement.
It was just weird. It was just, I don't know. Poop was everywhere. Broken shit was everywhere. His computer station was looking fresh as hell. I was like, man, you gaming? Like you gaming on PC, bro? But Also, I don't think anyone could game at a computer while you're sitting next to a bed with shit that like literally just shit on it, you know?
It's a theory that needs to be tested.
I mean,
last
maybe.
night.
I mean, that makes sense. We had our buddy Stoner playing his video games next to a kitty litter box, and every time that cat would take a fat fucking shit, he just would. I mean, I couldn't imagine.
Oof.
I could imagine.
Nah, not for me, dog.
No,
It's a no for me, dog.
we're on that.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's because of Kelly. They take him to court, and it's the first trial, and this is where I don't quite remember 100%. This is what they were. The first trial was to try and charge him for the murders, wasn't it?
He was never tried for a single murder.
Oh, they didn't even send him to court for that at all. I guess it was Kelly the first two.
So he was standing trial, and Roy and Cindy were supposed to stand witness, and then they stopped cooperating. Roy had received a note in jail that said, "Rats die in jail."
Oh,
And,
really?
Yeah, and after getting the note, he pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, not implicating David Ray in the crime. Took the full blame. Got 30 years in prison.
Wait, and this was who? This was
Roy.
Roy. Okay, this is
Young.
Roy.
Yeah. And Cindy received a smuggled letter from David saying, "I love you and I will marry you after this," and attempted to recant her confession. She got 36 years in prison. She was released in 2019 and walks on the streets free today.
Jesus.
Someone said there was something about her, or something that I thought there was something that said that she right away, or one of the girls got like 2 years.
That was his daughter.
Oh, his daughter.
His daughter got
Right.
2
Oh
years.
my God, yeah, his daughter.
So the prosecutors
Why?
used the videotape torture as their prosecution because they had no other concrete evidence of their case, and the defense used the defense that it was consensual BDSM pornography. The jurors reached a deadlock on that trial because of 2 jurors refused to believe that they were watching nothing but torture porn and consensual pornography.
Right.
And so that led to a mistrial. In 2001, he was tried for the rape and torture of Cynthia Vigil, the girl that escaped. This time, the victim was able to take the stand. She did lose her shit on the stand and got threatened by the judge to be held in contempt, but she regained her cool and said 100% it was not consensual. Before deliberation, David approached the bench and the prosecution looking for a plea deal. He said that he would plead guilty to all the remaining charges in his name if his daughter was released. The deal was made, and he was sentenced to 224 years in prison, and his daughter pled no contest and was given 2.5 years in prison with 4 months probation.
They said too that she decided to do her probation, which I don't understand it, but they said that she did her probation in prison.
Well, that just means that she's free when she gets out of jail.
Okay. So yeah, but that's basically
so she did an extra 4 months in jail just to be free.
They said she's completely untracked, off list, like she's not.
Probably changed her name, did a bunch of shit.
Right.
Moved to Mexico.
Hopefully did something to her hair. Oh my God, what a gross bitch.
Got some different glasses.
Yeah, something like that.
So in 2002, David said that he was ready to talk to the authorities about the missing bodies. But days before the meeting, he died of a heart attack in prison.
No shit.
Right. And it's so wild too how many people just are like, not how many, but especially with like Kelly too, that's like the main person that's like, them dying was too soon of a death for them. That was too easy of a way out, which I agree. I think we should send people like that to fucking the tundras of Siberia and make them fucking work in I don't know, kill them out in the wild or something. Have them get chased down by a pack of bears. I don't know.
Would you guys rather be bound and tortured and remember it, or be bound and tortured, not remember it, not have any physical ailments from it, and only see it on a videotape.
Ooh.
I would I mean, I wouldn't want to remember the pain. But I mean, even if I guess I don't know, probably not remember. And if I saw it on a videotape, that's just enough. That's all the evidence I'd need to go fucking kill him.
Well, I could probably forget that videotape pretty easily, but I couldn't forget.
I'd kill him.
Getting raped.
I'd be even smarter than he was. He thinks he's smart. He thinks he knows how to kill people discreetly. I'll do anything. I'm not gonna go onto the dark web though. I repeat, just for the CIA and everyone else, I'm not gonna go use the dark web. So if there's any people,
I'm not going nuts.
So there are people on the dark web that kill people for hire. Do not ask me, specifically me.
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were.
Oh my God. They had 3 different trials too, and I wonder what the third one was, because they didn't really talk about what they were doing with the third trial. I don't know if that came up at all.
I'm assuming that the first one was the original criminal trial, and then what would it be? The public trial, and then the trial of Cynthia versus what's his nuts, David Parker Ray, or as Dylan likes to call him, Ray Parker Ray.
Ray Parker Ray. My boy Ray Parker Ray.
Ranch Parker Ray.
Fucking Parker Ray over here. Yeah, I don't know. I think as far as it goes, man, they all got off easy.
Yeah, I would say so.
I think they got off a little too easy. I think on our list of throwing pedophiles on an island, that should also be now included into throwing them on an island and having them fight to the death.
Yes, I would like to watch that. It would be like Gladiator style.
I wouldn't just...
No weapons, though, unless you can make them.
I wouldn't like to watch that, Michael. I would love to watch that. I would
pay money to watch that.
I would kill to watch that and then maybe get put on the show.
Wait, you'd have to fucking...
Imagine the people. When that, okay, so as I was kind of wondering, having this thought about, serial killers in the past and if we're still getting them kind of today, it just, I don't know, it kind of made me think of what kind of copycat killers would we have, if we did do that. Think about that. Host an island for fight to the death. If you were a murderer, how many people would murder people to get on that show? It would be a terrible idea.
Just because of fame or whatever.
Yep.
But you still have to spend the rest of your life in prison.
I mean, sure. Well, yeah, I guess that wouldn't be a very good. Well, remember, we tell them they get to go live it up in a castle. We put them up, for the rest of their lives. But really, we just dump them in the Antarctica or I don't know, dump them in an ocean with sharks.
Have fun living with the penguins, bitch.
Yeah.
No coat.
Exactly. You have to become the penguin if you want to survive.
So my thing is so he died days before he was gonna give testimony on the missing bodies. Assisted suicide. He died of a heart attack, but
I mean, at this day and age, what was he around? What is he probably
1939 to 2002. So
60
60
something.
60s.
You can give yourself a heart attack if you eat too many cherry pits, can't you?
I don't know.
You can give yourself a heart attack by hyperventilating.
I mean, if you watch him walking out of that courtroom, I thought that's when he had the heart attack, because he's literally as he's walking out, he's just holding his heart.
He was telling you what he was going to do next.
Maybe, I don't know.
The art is in the imagery.
Yeah,
it's insane. Maybe he didn't die. Maybe the CIA hired him. I don't know. Maybe the FBI
I doubt they'd hire a lowly park ranger.
No,
that's what they want you to think, but probably not.
Maybe he was 30.
Maybe he was like Jason Bourne, but he's just Ray Parker Ray. I think he's a nobody.
David Parker Ray.
David Ray Parker. Man.
David Ray.
Ray.
That's what I called him in Albuquerque. David Ray.
Stop tapping the soap.
But I think honestly, like I think this is so fucking nutty because we fucking talk about serial killers and stuff and, you know, all the bad shit crazy, but adding animals into it, bestiality. I don't remember if we've ever talked about this before. I don't know if we'll ever talk about it again.
I don't want to.
No, it was kind of weird.
I was kind of hoping that you didn't bring it up.
As he was
like
as he was talking, when I was watching the clips of him, me and Emma were sitting there. This is where I said her face was just fucking disgusted, is when he's talking about the dogs and how it was happening. As I'm eating like these egg burritos that I made, you know,
were they good?
Oh man, not after
It's
I
called
started
a breakfast burrito, dog.
not after he started talking about the bestiality. I really like food a lot, and not a lot can make me turn away from wanting to eat, but that just was I almost had to just throw it away. It was disgusting. Hearing about him talking about it. I think it's on the tapes. For anyone listening, if you want to, highly recommend listening to all the tapes that he has, or that the tapes are out there. It's so insane. It's actually nuts. One of the craziest guys I've ever fucking.
I don't think anything will make me turn away from food, but I've definitely, when we do these serial killer episodes, I'll be like, I want to go play fetch with my dog for like 30 minutes. Like, just to remind myself that there's good stuff out there. I just like find a stick. Just like, go on, Piper, go get it.
Yeah, it definitely makes you like, I mean, they talk about,
it makes you like sad inside and like feels like not sick, but just like.
So one of the guys that's with I can't remember if it was an FBI guy, but I don't know if this is factual, but it sounded pretty factual that this is what they're using to train like CIA or FBI agents or whatever. Like they're using like this specific case and the clips to be played for their new agents to try and desensitize them.
Oh, I don't doubt it at all.
And I was like, yeah, to make if there was a case,
that's like some Mindhunter shit. Like I was wondering.
I was like, this guy has not been like, he should be put on that show, but I don't know. I mean, that show is back in what, the like 80s, 90s.
I think it's is it even that old? I think it's supposed to be early 70s, right?
Oh, is it?
I think so.
Yeah, something back in the day.
Because this guy is have you guys ever watched Criminal Minds?
A little, barely.
So like in the first, I think 2 or 3 seasons, the main guy is Gideon, and his nemesis is a guy that travels around the Southwest in an RV that kidnaps people, tortures them, rapes them, and then the bodies are like rarely found. And it's loosely based off of this guy.
It's insane. It actually is incredibly insane. This guy is, I know we talk about before, like we'll talk about serial killers. Man, we've never heard of this guy. And then we have heard of the big ones, you know, here and there. But it's like the fact that we don't know more about this guy. This should be, I mean, maybe not, but teach us about these people in school, man. Fucking, I know it's
like psychology
information.
Class. You should learn about some of this shit.
Right, like we should be better prepared. Stop making the world seem like these people aren't out there. But I mean, if they're out there, then we keep talking about them, so we just get more business. So, I mean, is that kind of fucked up to say?
I feel like there's enough of them out there for us to get business for a while.
Yeah. All right, we don't need any more serial killers. How about all of you guys just stop? I'm gonna ask you right now, just stop, and we'll end it there.
We'll end it there.
Just stop.
So yeah, thanks again for tuning in for another episode of the WRK
Stop
podcast.
Having your dogs fuck people. It's gross.
All right. Anyway, the WRK podcast, where we ask the questions about the end of the day. Who really knows? As always, I'm your host, AJ, with my good friends, Dylan and Michael.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it is Spooktober, October. So we will be closing out the rest of the month with some spooky podcasts. And yeah, outside of that, follow us on Twitter at WRKPod, on Instagram at WRKPodcast, and hit up our Patreon page, patreon.com/WRKPod. And yeah, hit up the YouTube page. I know if you're listening on any device, you have a YouTube account because it's 2020. So just find us on YouTube, hit up that subscribe button, get us that custom URL, And you can watch the live show, join in the live chat, where we will shout people out when they're not making nonsense. So if you want to be a part of the show, do that. That's the easiest way to be a part of the show outside of Patreon. Is just come to the YouTube live chat.
Hit us up.
You don't got to pay to be a part of that.
You could.
But if you want to pay to be a part of it, join the Patreon, patreon.com/WRKpod. If you need links to anything, WRKpodcast.com. And thanks again, you sexy MFers that watch and listen to the show.
Big props.
We love you, and we will catch you next Monday with another spooky topic.
Spookies.
Playing a game at all night.